everyone, welcome back to Prime Wealth. We're so glad you're joining us today.
Absolutely. It's great to be here.
Yeah, today we've got something really exciting to dive into. We're talking about creating digital products for passive sales.
Right, it's such an interesting topic. I mean, with everything moving online these days, it's like a perfect opportunity for folks, especially those of us over 40, to explore this space.
Exactly. You know, many people think you need a tech background or a big budget to get started, but that's not true at all.
Yeah, totally. There are so many options out there like ebooks, online courses, and even printables that can really generate income while you sleep.
And the best part? Once you set them up, they can keep bringing in money with little maintenance. It's like creating a little stream of income, right?
For sure. And we're going to share some practical steps today too, like how to identify what product might work for you, how to get started, and the tools you might need.
Plus, we'll talk about common pitfalls to avoid. You know, just to make sure you're set up for success from the get-go.
That's really important. We want everyone to feel confident and empowered to take that leap.
So stick around, because we're diving right in. Let's get started. So, Alex, I've been thinking a lot about the whole concept of creating digital products for passive sales. I mean, it seems like such a great opportunity for folks, especially those of us over 40, right?
Absolutely, Jordan. You know, it's interesting. The landscape of work and income is changing so rapidly these days. A lot of people over 40 are looking for ways to supplement their income, especially as they approach retirement.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I've seen stats showing that a significant number of people in that age group are actually considering side hustles or even full-on career changes.
Right, and it's not just about the money. It's about finding purpose and flexibility, too. Many in their 40s and 50s are looking for something fulfilling, you know?
Exactly. And creating digital products can really fit that bill. I mean, you're leveraging your skills and experiences while also having the freedom to work on your own terms.
For sure. And let's talk about the emotional side of it. Many people, especially after 40, start thinking about legacy, what they're leaving behind. Digital products can be a way to share knowledge, skills, and make an impact.
Oh, I love that perspective. It's like, instead of just working for a paycheck, you're creating something that lasts, something that can help others long after you're done.
Exactly. And there's a huge market out there. Did you know that 65% of people over 40 are active online? They're looking for solutions, and you could be the one providing them.
Really? That's a big number. It's like, there's this untapped potential. So how do we bridge that gap?
Well, think about it. The folks that have been through various life stages have so much wisdom to share. I mean, you've got life experiences that younger generations can really benefit from, right?
Totally. Like, I know someone who started a blog about parenting teens after going through it herself. She turned that into an online course, and now she's making passive income while helping other parents.
That's a perfect example. And it's not just about parenting either. It could be cooking, home repair, fitness, anything that you're passionate about. People are looking for authentic voices.
Yeah, and I think there's also this fear of technology for some people over 40. They might think it's too complicated or that they're not tech savvy enough.
That's a common concern, for sure. But the truth is, creating digital products has become so much easier thanks to platforms and tools out there today. It's more about the idea and the content than the tech behind it.
That's a good point. I mean, I've seen so many user-friendly platforms out there. You don't need to be a coding genius.
Exactly. And, you know, a lot of people find that once they start creating, it becomes this rewarding journey. They learn as they go. And that's a great confidence booster.
Right. And it's not just about the income either. There's something really fulfilling about creating something of your own.
Absolutely. And passive income can be a game changer, especially as people approach retirement. You've got the potential to earn money while you sleep, right?
Ha! Yeah. Who wouldn't want that? And I think it's important to mention that even small amounts can add up over time.
Yes. Even just a few sales here and there can create a safety net. And for those who are looking at retirement, it's a way to stay engaged and keep that income flowing.
And let's not forget the potential for community. When you create something, you often find others who share your interests. That connection can be really enriching.
Definitely. It's like building a tribe. And for many people over 40, that sense of community becomes increasingly important as they navigate life changes.
Exactly. And I think that's another reason why this is so relevant right now. With so many people feeling isolated, especially post-pandemic, finding a way to connect through digital products can be life-changing.
Right. And remember, you're not just creating products for yourself. You're contributing to something bigger. You're sharing your journey, your lessons learned, and helping others along the way.
I love that. It's like turning your life experiences into a gift for others. And let's be real, who wouldn't want to turn their passion into something profitable?
Exactly. And that's the beauty of digital products. They can adapt to your lifestyle, your interests, and they can grow as you do.
So it sounds like there's a lot of potential here, and it's definitely worth exploring for anyone over 40.
Absolutely. It's a win-win situation. More income, more fulfillment, and a chance to connect with others.
And I think that's such a positive note to end on. So what do you say we dive into some core strategies for getting started with this?
Sounds like a plan, Jordan. Let's help our listeners turn their ideas into reality. So, Jordan, today we're diving into creating digital products for passive sales. It's such an exciting area, right?
Absolutely, Alex. I mean, the idea of making money while you sleep, who wouldn't want that?
Right. And the first step is really about identifying your niche. What do you enjoy? What are you knowledgeable about?
Yeah, that makes total sense. Like, if you love cooking, maybe an e-cookbook or a video series on quick meals could work.
Exactly. And the key here is to think about your target audience. Who would benefit from your expertise?
So, if we stick with the cooking example, maybe busy parents or young professionals who don't have a lot of time to cook.
Yes. And once you've identified your niche, the next step is to validate your idea. You want to make sure there's demand.
How do you go about validating an idea, though?
Great question. Start with surveys or polls. You can use social media platforms or even specific forums related to your niche.
Oh, that's smart. Getting direct feedback from potential customers can really help shape your product.
Exactly. And once you've validated your idea, it's time to outline your product. Think about the format, like, will it be an ebook, an online course, or maybe a membership site?
I guess it depends on how complex the information is, right?
Yes, and also your audience's preferences. Some people prefer reading, while others might learn better through videos.
Right. And after deciding on the format, what's next?
Well, you need to create the content. This is where you can really shine, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're passionate about the subject, that enthusiasm will come through in your product.
For sure. And it helps to break it down into manageable sections. Like, if you're doing an online course, maybe start with an introduction, then move into core modules.
That makes it less overwhelming. And I guess you can use tools like Canva for visuals, or even software like Teachable for course creation.
Exactly. There are so many tools available. Canva is great for visuals, and Teachable, Thinkific, or even Udemy can help you host your courses.
So once you've created the content, you've got to think about pricing. What's your approach to that?
Pricing can be tricky. A common rule of thumb is to look at similar products in your niche and see what they're charging.
Right. And you can also consider your target audience's budget.
Yes. And don't forget about the value you're providing. If you're solving a real problem, people often don't mind paying for it.
So it's important to communicate that value clearly.
Exactly. You want to highlight the benefits your product offers right from the start.
And then, once you have it all set up, it's time for marketing.
Yes, marketing is crucial. You could start by leveraging social media, building an email list, or even blogging about your niche.
What about paid advertising? Is that something that could help?
It can definitely boost your visibility, but I'd recommend starting with organic reach first, especially if you're on a budget.
Yeah, that makes sense. Building an audience organically can create more loyal customers.
Absolutely. And engaging with your audience, responding to comments, asking for feedback, it all helps build a community around your product.
So, once you've launched, it's about maintaining that relationship, right?
Definitely. And consider creating additional content, like updates or bonus materials to keep your audience engaged.
I like that idea. It adds value and encourages repeat sales.
Exactly. And one thing to keep in mind is to continually learn from your audience. What do they love? What do they want more of?
Right. It's all about evolving your product based on feedback.
Yes. And that leads us to the importance of having a solid sales funnel.
Oh yeah, can you break that down a bit?
Sure. A sales funnel is basically a step-by-step process that leads potential customers from awareness to purchase. You might start with free content, like a blog or a lead magnet.
A lead magnet?
Yes, something valuable that you give away for free in exchange for an email address. It could be a mini ebook, a checklist, or a video series.
Oh, I see. So then you can nurture those leads with more content and eventually pitch your product.
Exactly. It's about building trust. And that's where email sequences come in handy.
So you send out a series of emails that provide value and eventually lead to a sale?
Yes. And don't forget about upselling or cross-selling once someone has made a purchase.
Ah, right. Offering complementary products can really increase your revenue.
Exactly. And, it's also wise to have a clear refund policy that builds trust with your customers.
That makes total sense. So what are some common pitfalls to watch out for as we wrap this up?
Well, one big pitfall is not doing enough market research. You really want to know your audience before diving in.
Right. And I guess overcomplicating your product can be an issue too, huh?
Absolutely. Keep it simple, especially at the start.
And what about not promoting your product enough?
Yes. You can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it...
It's all about that balance between creating and marketing, isn't it?
Exactly. So, as you create your digital product, remember to plan for both sides.
Thanks, Alex. This was super helpful. I'm excited for our listeners to get started on their digital products. So, Alex, let's dive into some common pitfalls people face when they're creating digital products for passive sales. I mean, we all want that income rolling in while we sleep, right?
Absolutely, Jordan. That's the dream. But, there are definitely some traps people can fall into.
Yeah, like what? What's one of the big mistakes you see?
Well, a common one is not doing enough market research before diving in. People often assume they know what others want, but it's really important to, validate your idea first.
Right? Like, just because you love it doesn't mean everyone else will, huh?
Exactly. I once worked with a client who was super passionate about knitting. She created this amazing ebook of patterns, but she didn't check if there was a market for it. Turns out there were already tons of free resources out there.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. So what happened then?
Well, she ended up selling only a handful of copies, and it was a lot of time and effort for very little return. If she had just taken a bit of time to, research what people were actually looking for, she could have adjusted her approach.
So what's a good way to do that? Just looking at competitors, or...
Yeah, looking at competitors is one way. You can also check forums, social media groups, and even use surveys, just to see what people are actually asking for.
That makes sense. Okay, so what's another pitfall?
Pricing's a big one too. I see so many people either undervaluing their work or, overpricing it right out of the gate.
Yeah, I've seen that. So how do you find that sweet spot?
Well, start by looking at similar products in your niche. See what others are charging and consider your own experience and the value you're providing. If you're giving a lot of value, don't be afraid to charge a bit more.
And if someone charges too little, what does that say about their product?
It can make potential buyers think it's not worth much. Like, if you see a course priced super low, you might think, why is it so cheap? What's wrong with it?
Totally, yeah. But I guess it's also a balancing act, right?
For sure. And then there's the marketing side. I've noticed a lot of creators launch their products, but don't have a solid marketing plan in place.
Oh, wow, that's a biggie. So they just, put it out there and hope for the best?
Exactly. And, well, that rarely works. You really need a strategy to reach your audience. It could be social media, email marketing, or even collaborations with other creators.
Right, so it's about getting the word out effectively.
Absolutely. I had another client who spent months creating a fantastic online course, but when it launched, he didn't have a proper audience built up. He was kind of starting from scratch,
That's tough. So what do you think he could have done differently?
He could have started building an audience beforehand. by sharing valuable content, engaging with potential customers, and maybe even offering some free resources to attract interest.
Good point. So what about tech issues? I imagine that's another pitfall, right?
Oh, for sure. Tech can be daunting for many people. Some skip the testing phase thinking their product is perfect. But, well, things can go wrong, like broken links or unresponsive designs.
Yeah, and that can really turn people off, right?
Definitely. I mean, if a customer struggles to navigate your site or access your product, they're likely to give up and, not come back.
So what's the best way to avoid those tech issues?
Testing, testing, testing. Get some friends or family to try it out. You can also hire a professional if you're feeling stuck. Just make sure everything works smoothly before you launch.
That sounds so important. What about customer feedback?
That's another crucial aspect. After launching, you should be open to feedback. Some creators take criticism personally and, ignore it. But feedback can help you improve your product over time.
Oh yeah, I can see how that could be tough. But if you turn it into a learning experience, that's really valuable, right?
Exactly! And remember, even the best products can evolve. I've seen successful creators make adjustments based on feedback and, their sales really increased as a result.
So it's all about being adaptable and listening to your audience?
Right! And, another thing to watch out for is burnout. People get so caught up in creating that they forget to take breaks.
Oh man, I can relate to that. It's easy to just keep grinding away.
For sure. It's important to pace yourself. If you're too stressed, your creativity can suffer. And then, well, your product can too.
So what's your advice for someone feeling that burnout creeping in?
Schedule time for self-care, even if it's just a walk or a hobby you enjoy. It can really help recharge your batteries and provide a fresh perspective.
Great advice. So if someone recognizes these danger signs, how can they, pivot or recover?
First, acknowledge it, Then, take a step back and reassess your strategy. Maybe revisit your market research, adjust your pricing, or refine your marketing plan.
So it's not the end of the world, right? Just a chance to learn and grow?
Exactly! Every setback can be a stepping stone to success. Remember, persistence is key in this journey.
Love that. So let's wrap up this section and transition into what those next steps could look like for our listeners.
Sounds good. There's always a path forward.
So Alex, we've talked a lot about creating digital products today, right? But what are some immediate steps our listeners can take, to get started?
Absolutely, Jordan. I think the first step is to really identify what you're passionate about or what you know a lot about. It could be anything from cooking to gardening or even finance like we do here.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what's next after they figure that out?
Well, once you've pinpointed your passion or expertise, I'd say create a simple outline of your idea. Just jot down some key points. What you want to teach or share. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just a starting point.
Right, like a brain dump. And then what?
Exactly. After that, you could choose a format. Are you thinking about an ebook, an online course, or maybe even a series of videos? Each format has its own strengths. So think about what suits your style best.
I like that idea. And it doesn't have to be super complicated, right?
Not at all. You can start small, like with a short ebook or a mini course. Just focus on delivering value and keeping it manageable for yourself.
So let's say they've picked a format. What's the next action step?
I'd recommend setting a timeline. Give yourself a deadline to create your first draft or outline. It could be a week or two, whatever feels right. Just make sure it's realistic, but also pushes you a bit.
Oh, that's a good tip. And what about tools? Are there any apps or software you'd suggest for someone just starting out?
Definitely. For writing, something like Google Docs is great because it's free and easy to use. If they're creating a course, platforms like Teachable or Thinkific are user-friendly options. And if they want to make videos, they could start with their smartphone or use software like Canva for simple graphics.
Those are super accessible, and they can really help get the ball rolling. What about marketing their digital products, though?
Good question. Social media is a powerful tool. Platforms like Instagram or Facebook can help them connect with potential buyers. They could share snippets of their work, maybe some behind-the-scenes content. It creates interest and builds a community.
That's brilliant. And I bet consistency is key, right?
Absolutely. Building an audience takes time, so it's important to stay consistent. Maybe set a schedule for posting, like once a week or every few days. Just keep engaging with your audience.
And what about feedback? Should they be asking their audience for input?
Yes. Feedback is invaluable. They could create polls or ask questions to learn what their audience is interested in. This not only helps improve their product, but also makes their audience feel involved, which is always a plus.
That's really encouraging. I think it helps listeners feel like they're not alone in this process. What about building habits? Any suggestions for that?
Sure. I'd recommend setting aside dedicated time each week for their project. Maybe it's an hour or two, just to focus on creating. Turning it into a habit can make a huge difference.
I love the sound of that. It's all about making it a priority, right?
Exactly. And, they might also want to consider connecting with others in the same boat. Joining online communities or local groups can provide support and motivation.
That's so true. It's nice to have that sense of camaraderie. Are there any books or resources you think they should check out?
Oh, for sure. The Lean Startup by Eric Ries is a fantastic read for anyone looking to create something new. It's all about starting small and iterating based on feedback. And You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero is great for building confidence, which is often half the battle.
Those sound awesome. I'm definitely adding them to my reading list. So, to recap, we've talked about identifying passions, outlining ideas, choosing formats, setting timelines, and using tools.
Right. And then we covered marketing through social media, seeking feedback, building habits, and utilizing resources. It's really about taking those small, actionable steps.
Exactly. And I think our listeners can really feel empowered to take that first step. You know, it's all about starting small and building from there.
Yes. Remember, everyone's journey is unique, and it's okay to take your time. Just keep moving forward, even if it's just a little bit each day.
Such a great reminder. I hope everyone feels inspired to dive into creating their digital products. Thanks for sharing your wisdom today, Alex.
My pleasure, Jordan. It's always a joy to help people take charge of their financial future.
And to our listeners, we appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to check out our resources linked in the description. Until next time, take care. Wow, Alex, what a great conversation we had today about creating digital products for passive sales.
Yeah, it really was, Jordan. I think we covered some important points, right? Like, first off, it's all about finding your niche, something you're passionate about that can actually provide value to others.
Exactly. And then there's the importance of understanding your audience, right? Knowing who you're creating for makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And don't forget the power of building a community around your products. Engaging with your customers and getting feedback can really help you improve and grow.
Yeah, and I loved how we talked about the various platforms you can use to sell your digital products too. There are so many options out there, from online courses to ebooks.
Right, and it's great that you can start small and scale as you gain more experience and confidence.
Totally. So if you're over 40 and thinking about diving into this world of digital products, remember it's never too late to start. Just take that first step.
Exactly. You have so much knowledge and experience to share. Just imagine the impact you could make.
Yeah, and don't forget to like this episode, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment below with your thoughts, or if you have any questions about creating digital products.
And if you know someone who's 40 or older and could use this kind of advice, share this episode with them. Let's spread the word.
Definitely. And next time, we're diving into affiliate marketing for beginners. It's going to be super informative.
I can't wait for that.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this episode helpful.
Take care, everyone. And remember, you've got this.
Bye for now.